Hi guys, Misty here with Queen Bee's Vintage. I've got Mom here as well.
Hi everybody.
Welcome back to our channel. In today's episode of our Secondhand Sunday Makeovers, we are going to be taking this large candlestick. This is one of the candlesticks we hauled when we were down in Southern California. We got it at the Goodwill. We started pulling the tag off of it, but this one was $14.99. And we are going to show you guys how...
$4.99.
What did I say?
14.
It wasn't $14.99. Mom just caught me. It was $4.99. Sorry, guys. We aren't going to do much editing today, so if you see that, sorry, it's life. But we are going to use our Iron Orchid design molds that we purchased at Debbie's shop from Debbie's Design Diary. We also showed these in one of our videos when we were down in Southern California. Sorry about the voice, guys. It is still coming and going. I went to urgent care yesterday and I have a really bad sinus infection that I have let go way too long. And I guess the sinus drainage is what is affecting my vocal cords. So bear with me, I apologize. But we are going to use this one. It's got the bees and the crowns and this really pretty little wreath. So what we want to do is we're going to show you how to use the molds and what products we use with this. And we are going to be applying them onto this candlestick in this area. So we'll have the wreath and then we'll do one of the bees in the center with a crown above it. We're gonna paint this out with some of Debbie's DIY paint and do, you know, a distressing technique. We'll probably do a whitewash over it to bring out the design. And so we hope you guys will enjoy it. Hopefully we won't have too many bloopers today. Oh, I am wearing my cute bee necklace. I showed this in a photo on Facebook. This is part of the new collection that we will be having on our website. We got a whole bunch of really great pieces of jewelry that we'll have on the website, and there are some great bee pieces. We really worked with the distributor on getting these pieces for the site, and we hope you guys will enjoy them. So let's get into the DIY. Okay guys, so Mom is going to show us how to use the molds today. And oh, there's hair on the, okay. As I said, we're going to be using this wreath, the big bee, and one of the crowns. And Mom's going to show you how you put the paper clay into the mold and how you do this. So this is the paper clay that we use. You can pick this up at Michael's. It is a little pricey. It's about $12.99, so make sure you use a 40 or 50% off coupon when you purchase it. And once you open this package, you want to make sure you store it in an airtight Ziploc bag. Try to push all the air out of it too before you seal it completely. And so Mom is going to...
I pinched off a little clay. I'm going to knead it and roll it a little bit. Get it ready. And then we're just going to actually press it into our mold, and it's as easy as that. You just kind of take it now with your finger and get off the excess. Trying to smooth it out and make sure it's all nice and neat inside the little bee area. These have a lip on them. The other ones we have used in the past are pretty smooth to the edge, so when you wipe it off, you don't have this little lip that's around this bee, but I kind of like this.
I kind of do too.
Okay, you want to try to make him as flat as possible. If you take too much off, it's not a big deal. You can just add a little more. And Misty had a little problem with her paper clay sticking the last time she did a mold. And it's okay to use cornstarch in these for easy relief. This clay is pretty wet, so it may give us a little problem here, but we'll see. And I'm just gonna bend that and pop our little bee right out. I should have that facing the camera, I guess. But there he is. Cute little bee.
Cute. And Mom's just gonna lay it on a piece of parchment paper.
Oh yes, parchment over here. And we'll make another. We're gonna make the big bee.
And while Mom's getting that ready, I just wanted to show you guys that we paid $19.50 for this at Debbie's shop.
Yeah, these molds are a little spendy, so if you don't plan on doing a whole lot of this, you know, some people might think twice about paying that much, but Misty and I use these things, so it's well worth it for us.
Yeah, we definitely get our money out of
We
them.
get our money's worth for sure. So I'm going to do the same thing. This larger bee is going to take a little more clay, so just get it and kind of roll it and get it so it's workable. You really don't have to mess with this one too much. It's pretty wet coming right out of the package. And I'm going to just press him in. I got a little too much, you can tell already, so I'm going to take some of the excess off. Put it right back in there. And as Misty said, it's so important for you to get it, that seal back up when you're done. You don't want it drying out.
And you really get quite a few projects out of a package of this clay.
Yeah, this is a pretty big brick. It's 16 ounces.
We've done 3 projects out of that brick already, and there's a lot of clay left in there. So it might be a little pricey, but again, if you're going to be doing a lot of projects with it, you really do get your money's worth.
Yes, Misty did a whole dresser where she made the, what are those called? The back part of where you put your pull, a decorative piece to put behind the
It's
drawer
like a
pull.
knob backing.
Something like that. I know there's a proper name, but it's escaping me right now.
A knob plate? I don't know.
But she did a gorgeous dresser, and there were quite a few molds that we made out of that project. So now I'm going to pop the big bee out, and you just have to kind of, voila.
Oh, I love it.
He's so cute. So we're going to stop here, and we're going to get our candle prepared. We've got to do some washing and get that price tag off. Misty will come back on and show you a little bit of the paint technique, and then we're going to show you how we apply this mold onto this cute candlestick.
In the meantime, as I'm cleaning the candlestick and painting, Mom will probably finish off the molds. She'll do the decorative wreath and the crowns, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, so as Mom continues to finish the appliques, I am going to paint our candlestick. I got it all cleaned and got the stickers off of it. And like I said, we are going to use DIY paint from Debbie's Design Diary. This is a clay and chalk based paint. So it has great coverage. Same prep as using just regular chalk paint. And all I did was clean this. I haven't sanded it or done anything fancy to prep it. I'm just going to use
on the side.
I'm just going to use a 2-inch nylon inexpensive paintbrush, and we are going to use it's called letter, I can't really show it that well here in the video, but it's called letterpress gray. So that's going to be our base coat for the candlestick. And it's a beautiful gray color. And most of you that watch regularly have seen me paint before. I'm just going to start brushing the paint onto the candlestick. We're going to cover this entire piece with the letterhead gray. And then once it dries...
Letterpress.
Oh. Oh my God, what did I call it? Letterhead. I am on a roll today, you guys. Letterpress gray.
Yes, I think if we're going to tout someone's product, we should.
Debbie, if you watch, I'm so sorry. So yes, letterpress gray. We're going to cover the entire piece and let it dry. Once it's completely dry, we will apply our applique, and then we will continue on with the rest of the paint technique we're going to do on this piece. So you don't really need to sit and watch me brush paint on this. It's easy. I'm not going to do anything different than what I'm doing right now. We're getting the gray paint on it here. So I'll continue doing this. Mom's going to do the molds, and we're going to hopefully get through this.
I think it's the sinus infection affecting a little part of her brain today. I'm sorry.
I really do too. Not only has my equilibrium been a bit off, but my brain has been really off. I think my brain is still in sunny Southern California.
Yes.
On vacation. So anyway, we're going to continue on, and we will be back in a few minutes to show you our next step. Alrighty, so we have our candlestick painted, and we went ahead and we painted our appliques as well in the gray. And now we are going to use some of this Gorilla Glue super glue to glue them to the candlestick. I think I'm going to lay this down to do this part, so give me just a second to adjust the camera. Okay, I'm going to start with the bee and get it placed first. The clay is not all the way dry. It's still a little bit pliable, which we want because this is a curved surface. So you want to be able to kind of conform them to the shape of whatever you're putting them on. This is what the back looks like. And I'm going to just go sparingly around the edge with the glue. It's kind of nice because this is a thicker super glue, so it doesn't run out all over the place.
It's a gel.
Yeah, it's more of a gel.
Put some down the middle.
Okay. Oops, sorry if I think I hit the tripod, guys. Now I'm going to start pressing it down all the way around all the edges. We want it nice and secure. So we've got our bee on now. And again, we're going to go over this with some white paint. That's why we went ahead and painted our appliques with the same base color as the candlestick. I'm just going to pull this up and make sure I have it nice and secure up at its head. I just hold that for a second. It looks like there's a nice seal all the way around it now. So we're going to put the crown on. And same thing, it's not completely dry. And so I'm kind of just using my thumbs and just gently pushing in and giving the crown a little bit of a curve so it's already conformed somewhat before I put it down on my candlestick. And same thing, just making sure that it conforms all the way around and is secure on all the edges. Sorry, Josie's getting a big drink of water right now. I thought she was done. Let's lift it up and see. So we've got our crown on, and we're just going to continue on putting the applique on, and we'll come back and show you. All right, so we have our applique applied, and you might be able to see a little bit of white here. I wasn't worried about covering all of the applique with the gray paint because, like I said, we're going to go over this with white. So I am loving how it looks so far. So let me grab my white paint and we'll get started. So quickly, before I start the next step in painting the candlestick, I just wanted to show you, as we started to create the applique for this wreath and the crowns, the clay really wanted to stick, and probably because there's so much detail in these images, or well, designs, not images. And so Mom did use some cornstarch, and what you want to do is just lightly sprinkle some into the mold and then just brush it with like an inexpensive paintbrush or makeup brush. This is just an inexpensive little blush brush, and you just kind of pounce it and brush it into the image, and then apply your paper clay the same way Mom showed you earlier in the video. So I just wanted to touch on that quickly. And then you just wash those out really good with some warm water and let them dry, and you're ready for your next project. So again, this is our finished product with the applique applied, and I'm going to use this Bear chalk paint in white. We used this in our last Secondhand Sunday video where we did the bee tray and the farmhouse sign. I'm using an inexpensive chip brush. These are about 98 cents at Home Depot. I've got some paper towel here that I'm going to use to wipe my brush off. I'm going to start dry brushing this first. I'm kind of not sure exactly where I want to go with this. I may end up putting it on a little bit heavier and doing a wet distress. I kind of want some of the dark that's underneath this gray to come through as well. So I'm just going to start slow, and for me it's really a process when I paint. I just kind of start and see how things work out and then kind of go from there. I'm actually going to start up at the top. And this wood really has some great, like, tooth to it. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's already dry brushing on super cool. And the goal isn't to add so much white that you don't see the gray. You really just want to bring out, like I said, the tooth in the wood, this nice detailing, and of course the detail in our applique. And as you can see, I still haven't added any more paint to my brush. I'm just hitting the top here to make sure I don't get a paint ridge. But I'm just going to continue brushing this on. And I'm really loving it. So far, we've got that. I am going to add a little bit more paint now, and I'm just letting the tips of the bristles kiss the paint, and then I'm wiping the majority of it off onto the paper towel. And I'm just very lightly brushing it on the surface of the candlestick.
I've seen candlesticks like this in like floor shops or boutiques that carry home goods, and they're quite expensive. So
I actually just purchased a urn-like vase from a girlfriend of mine that has a like nursery and boutique, and it's very similar to how this is going to look, and it was a pretty penny. I will share it with you guys in an upcoming video, and maybe we can do a little side-by-side with this and that piece. I am really excited to see how they look together.
I love just the light dry brush that Misty's doing on the top. Just kind of gives it a great look.
And when you dry brush, the thing you want to remember is start out with as little paint as possible, because you can always add more. It's harder to take it away. Sometimes I'll just go in on the paper towel if I feel like I need just a hair more in certain areas, and that gives me just enough paint to fill in some of that area without adding too much with the brush freshly loaded. So I'm really loving that. Now I'm going to start moving down. And I'm going right over the applique. And now that most of the paint is off of the brush, I'm really rubbing it over the applique here. Let me turn this a little so you can see it.
All the details are popping now. It's very cute.
Just trying to kind of get around the edge and into some of the crevices. I'm going off the paper towel again because I kind of want to get in this area. Look how pretty it's looking around the applique, but I don't want to add too much in there. So I'm actually turning my brush this way and just lightly going up and down. I kind of flick my wrist back and forth. I'm gonna kind of go in the opposite direction now. So I think I'm gonna leave this area for now and start working on the smoother surface here. And then if I wanna go back in and add some more once I get this done, I can do that.
If you get a little carried away too, you can always dry brush, after it's completely dry brush a little more of the
gray.
letterpress gray on, if you feel like you're, and then you can always apply a dark wax and it'll shade all this area here and make it pop a little more too, depending on your taste. It's all in what you like.
And that's what's nice about doing these DIYs is you can, like Mom said, make it yours, make it what you like. And just because we're showing you this with these colors and these appliques doesn't mean you have to do that. We're just giving you the techniques and the know-how so that you could use any of their molds You could use any color as your base color and a complementary color as your dry brush color over the top.
Misty's done some pretty funky colors, and we're thinking, oh my, when she first starts. And I have to tell you, some of the brighter and the things you wouldn't think, like chartreuse green almost, with a dry brush over it, has turned out so pretty.
And since I do a lot of custom painting for clients, you know, I have to do what the client wants me to do. And sometimes they have wanted colors that are like really way out of my comfort zone, like Mom said, bright colors. But really once you get it done, they've turned out beautiful. So there's just, your options are limitless, and it's all up, you know, to your imagination and creativity.
I have to say, I might have to keep this one.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome.
We say that about every piece we do. That's why our houses are so full.
Yeah, it's really hard to let go of some of the things that we do. So I'm kind of going up and down, and then I'm going back over it in the opposite direction. So I go vertically first and then horizontally.
If you all haven't checked out our What We Do video that Misty did a while back, you should go check it out, because there are 2 wingback chairs that we did that neither one of us wanted to part with, but we ended up selling them, and they went to a good home. But it was really sad to see them go, because we put a lot of our creative juices into those 2 chairs.
I'm kind of just trying to get all the way around it, and then I'll go back and add where I think I need to add. Since this space right here is so small, I'm actually going to go horizontally first here and get the majority of the paint off the brush, and then I'll go vertically.
Our lighting in here isn't the best.
Oh, you just hit the camera.
I hit the camera, people. So it's hard to tell where we've missed.
So I'm just going to go ahead and continue with this same process. I don't want the video to be overly long, so I'm just going to keep doing the same thing, and we'll come back and show you in just a minute. Alrighty. We have it completely finished. We absolutely love it. We are going to set it somewhere where we can give you guys a better look at it. I don't know if you could tell before, see all the detail in the wings. When it was just all gray, you could see it, but it wasn't super visible. But adding the white really just brought out all of the detail in all of the applique that we put on this. So we're going to get it set up. Another thing I wanted to tell you too, I was telling you that there was a little bit of tooth in the wood, but only in certain areas. But what is so wonderful about the Debbie's DIY paint is because of that clay base, it adds a really great texture without making it look globby, and that just really helps bring out the detail in the dry brushing. So we're gonna get this set where we can give you a better look. Okay, so we did a little staging with our candlestick, and I am going to zoom in closer to give you guys a better look. But we had to show you guys this amazing sign. It's metal, and our friend Angela Gonzalez turned us on to this sign. We love going to our Tractor Supply store, but with being out of town, we usually pop in there about once every 2 weeks. And with being out of town, we hadn't been in to see this amazing sign. And she messaged me on Instagram, which I totally love and appreciate, and told me to check this sign out. So as soon as we rolled into the first little town on the way home that had a Tractor Supply store, we stopped so that we could pick these signs up. We were only able to get one there, but we were fortunate enough to pick another one up here at home. So this is what it looks like, and I'm going to zoom in and give you a closer look of how our beautiful candlestick turned out. We just put a little garden ball on top of it, but it would be beautiful with a candle as well. Look at all the detail in the applique. We love it, and we are thinking we may not be parting with this one. We'll see. But you know, with being the queen bees and how much we love our bees, this is going to be hard to let go of. So we really appreciate you guys watching, and we really hope you enjoyed this DIY video for our Secondhand Sunday. We hope you all have a wonderful night and amazing week ahead. We will be back with more DIYs this week. Thanks so much for watching.
And thank you, Angela.
Yeah, thanks, Angela. Oh, guys, I'm going to try to link Angela's Instagram page in the description box below. I'm not very good at that stuff. And if I can't link it, I am going to put her page in there. And maybe I should message her first and make sure that's okay. But she has the greatest posts and lots of really great Ray done and the way she displays it. So I hope if it's okay with her, I will put it all in the description box below and you guys will check her out. Thanks so much for watching, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.